Is there anything more beautiful in the garden than sunflowers? And attracts the bees like crazy. Of course, there's so many blooms out here. They have great choices. Uh, there's cantaloupe blooming, watermelon blooming, winter squash blooming, zinnias over there. And it's just working now with bees. Bumblebees, honeybees, some little tiny native bees. I really don't know what they're called, but they're very good pollinators. And these were supposed to be pink eye purple hull peas that I bought. I've grown pink eye purple hulls all my life. And usually by this stage of the pea, you know it's a pink eye purple hull. So somebody sold me a bill of goods here. If I'm not mistaken, I think these came off Etsy. Probably need to buy from a more reputable seed company, wouldn't you think? Look at that. Look at that. It's got a tiny little native bee on that sunflower and a bumblebee. Let me see if I can draw it up close without shaking y'all so much. Look at that. I don't know what those little tiny native bees are called, but they are great pollinators, and I'm glad they're here. Some of my indeterminate tomatoes back there have not even put on the first tomato. I wish I had labeled each one when I put them out so I'd know which ones I didn't want to plant again. And this winter squash is taking over the apple tree. And I don't even care. I don't see any winter squash on it yet. I see lots of male blooms. There might be one further back in the vine, I don't know. And this one I turned so my son don't get it with the mower. I think I went a little overboard with the winter squash, wouldn't you think? Say? But it'll be fine. I'll just share. I'll just share. I love sharing. One of the best things you can do is share. And I came out last night and sprayed some of my leaves with milk that was starting to get a little bit of mildew. And that usually solves the problem without you having to go any further than and use some kind of chemical. Look at that leaf-footed bug on my tomato. No, you cannot stay there. You cannot stay there. Where did he go? I would have squished him, but he all buggy, as we say in the South. I guess that was a saying that started back in the days of horses and buggies, and it's just stuck around. That one wasn't blushing quite enough, but it'll be all right. I'll put it on the back porch rail. I'm going to leave those 2, 3 there and let them, actually 4, there's one right there. Let them ripen further on the vine. Yeah, I went overboard with the winter squash, but Lord willing, we'll have plenty to eat. I don't see any ripe tomatoes back. Oh, I do see one over here on the end. I'm not going to make this a long, drawn-out video. Just want to wish everybody a happy Independence Day if you're in America. And if you don't know what Independence Day is, and I understand that young folks are not being taught that in schools nowadays, it is when we became independent from Britain, from England, from the King. We declared our independence as a sovereign country. And a lot of people died to make that a reality. So we celebrate it every year. People get off work with pay, hopefully with pay. And, you know, there's some necessary people like the doctors and nurses and stuff that trade out. You know, this year they'll be off. The next year Others will be off for the 4th. I don't know if my doctors are off. I know my primary care doctor is taking the 4th off. Won't be back in her office until next week. But that's all right. Hopefully I won't need her. You know what? I see that beautiful butternut over here. And I see that it's being decimated by pickle worms. Can you believe that? Look at that. That's just horrible. There's one on the outside. At this rate, they'll ruin every squash I have. I just messed up that, that poor spider's day, because he was fixing to get him one of those worms. One of those jumping spiders. Good grief. If they do this to all of my pumpkins out here. Look at there. There's one right there that's rotting now. I bet it's got a pickle worm in it. I hadn't had this problem before. I don't understand why I'm having it this year. But then I heard Travis last night talking about his cucumbers being decimated by pickle worms, so I guess I'm not the only one. I'm not going to drag this out and make it a long video, because I know everybody's got their thing that's going on today, probably. Cooking out, family. That's always a good thing, have family around. I need to pick these peas, but I want to wait to see if at least one of them turns a purple color. Because they're supposed to be pink-eye purple, but they're not. Hope everybody's having a blessed day.